So Polaris MEP is a center in Rhode Island that's focused on improving small manufacturers across the state. And we do that in a variety of ways. Lean manufacturing is at the core of what we do. So lean manufacturing is all about improving efficiencies on a shop floor and then in the back offices of a manufacturing company to take additional profits and push them into the company to get better. We also support companies with ISO certification, quality system, and facility layout where we've helped companies expand and consolidate facilities across the state into new buildings and existing buildings. Rhode Island has roughly 1,600 manufacturers in the state. Polaris works with roughly a third of those companies today. We're engaged with roughly 25 projects at any given time during the year, and over the course of the year we will work with 100 or 150 companies. Historically, our program has had difficulty engaging with small and medium manufacturers because of our funding structure. But the new state funding has really allowed us to go into companies that really needed our help the most. And those were the companies and the projects that were able to not just save jobs, but also help push those companies to the point where they're hiring now. So in 2015, state funding allowed us to launch the Polaris MEP Rocket program. The Polaris Rocket bus tours was really the first thing that was launched, and that gave us the capability to introduce 100 small manufacturers into larger manufacturers to share best practices. The second program that was started with the help of state funding was an entrepreneurial seminar series. This was not just targeted at startups, but also established companies that were looking to break the mold and break into the next barrier. This was put on by Danny Warshay, who took his global program here to the state of Rhode Island to help small manufacturers. The third initiative that we were able to launch with state funding was to get into small manufacturers at an affordable rate. This enabled us to get into the manufacturers that needed us the most and that couldn't afford our services in the past. So these efficiency programs have really helped push these companies into the next level. We have engaged with many more companies than we have in the past, specifically because they can now afford our services. And that's helping them hire people, that's helping them grow, and helping them bring in new revenues.
Hi, I'm Steve Kennedy. I'm the owner and president of Kennedy Incorporated. We're located in Quonset Point Industrial Park, North Kingstown, Rhode Island. Kennedy Incorporated was founded by my father as a sales organization in 1969. We're suppliers to automotive industry. We cover some jewelry, and a growing part of our business is military insignia to the Defense Department. In meeting with Polaris, they quickly zeroed in on our efficiencies or lack thereof and the improvements that we could benefit from with their help through lean manufacturing. Our investment, along with the assistance from Polaris and also from NETAC, has provided us the opportunity to make improvements to our operation here that we just couldn't have possibly done on our own. And I would say to anyone that is looking at the Polaris program to not be concerned about the initial costs, because those initial costs that are laid out, and I'm talking about their percentage of the monies that they invest, will return threefold to their operation, possibly even greater. I think a lot of people think that manufacturing is dead in the state of Rhode Island. It's not. It's still 10% of the employment picture here in the state. Keeping in mind that's probably 40,000 employees statewide that rely on manufacturing for their paycheck every week. My opinion is that Polaris and organizations related like NETAC are absolutely critical to the health of manufacturing here in Rhode Island and going forward. Without the help of Polaris, we would have probably laid off workers. Now we're actually looking to hire more people right now.
The state funding for Polaris in 2015 was critical to reach these companies and engage with these programs, a set of companies that employ 40,000 people in Rhode Island and are helping them grow strong.